Hey friends, we're so glad you're here and have tuned into So, What Makes You Come Alive podcast. We're your hosts, Gabe the Girl
and Michaela McGee, and we're here to explore what it would look like to take ownership of and change the narratives of our lives to live a life fully alive.
All right. Hey friends, welcome back to So, What Makes You Come Alive. I'm Gabe the Girl.
And I'm Michaela.
And we are here with Amanda. And Michaela is going to give us a little more of an introduction to our special guest today.
Yes, I am so excited to have Amanda here. She is one of the most joyful, lit up people that I know. Her energy is just contagious. Seriously, you guys, you have to go follow her on social media somewhere after this, because any of her videos are just going to make you want to like jump up and dance around and do all the things. Amanda, do you want to share with us a little bit about what you do? And then Gabe will get into the bulk of this exciting podcast.
Absolutely. So the question should be, what don't I do? That is kind of where I'm at. So I love helping and serving where I can. I love looking for the little things throughout the day to literally light me up. And I work a lot with energy, chakras, yoga, dance, grounding, exercises, anything energy work. I'm your girl. I'm your girl.
Love it. Yay.
Awesome. All right. Amanda, where do you hail from? Like, where are you in the world?
Well, I am currently living in Arizona, born and raised in good old Chi-Town though. So, and then,
nice.
it's already in the hundreds here. So I'm not.
Woof.
Yeah. So it's like, we need a little bit of rain to kind of, yeah.
Yikes.
Wow.
You want to share some of that heat?
Truly, I would love to. I will gladly share it with you, because this just means it's going to be a hot summer.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Man, I've never lived in Arizona, but I grew up in Texas, and I remember 113 degree days. Yeah. For anyone who's watching from Europe or who goes off of Celsius, it's like in the 40s, something of that nature, right?
Also hot.
Also very, very hot.
Yeah.
But here in Spain, where I am today, it was about 61 degrees. The high was, and now it's getting colder. So I've got a little butane heater going. So yeah, send the heat this way. Right. We could use it.
I'm wrapped in a blanket right now. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. What's the weather in Pennsylvania right now, Michaela?
It's really fine. I shouldn't complain at all, but it's just dreary. It's rainy and like high 50s. I guess
I can send some sunshine your way too.
Please. I will welcome even just like 10 degrees. If you want to like send those over, I'll take them.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
I got some sunshine pictures coming at you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, speaking of sunshine, we would love, Amanda, to start with asking you, what makes you come alive? Like, what things light you up?
And again, I think my answer is literally going to be everything. And I got made fun of as a child because everything literally lights me up. I find the beauty and light in anything. Just like yesterday, Curtis and I went for a walk, and it's like, holy cow, look at all these ants. What are they doing? Like, they were in their little colony things, like working. And I'm like, this is pretty impressive. Like, you have to give it to them. Or like, it was a little windy yesterday as well. And it's like the trees just blowing. And it's like, that lights me up. Like, all these little moments in our day that we could just be like, yes, like, that's exciting. That's amazing. And again, it's figuring out where I can find more of those moments going through my day. You know, again, life happens and we get off kilter, but if your awareness is that high and you catch it, it's, where can I find joy in that? Where can I find excitement in that? Because it means I'm growing. Or something that is negative. It's like, how do I flip that in a positive and really live into that? How do I grow from that? And it's just really finding moments like that throughout the day and working with yourself and finding more and multiplying that.
Yeah, it sounds like you've really found a lot of power and perspective and how that drives your day to day and, shifts your mind and your vision towards what's right in front of you. That's an incredible strength, something that I think I often need to work on in my own life.
Well, we're
That's
not
awesome.
taught that. So it's
Right.
where can I find those little moments versus taking it and running myself ragged or in a fear-based state where it's using more of my energy versus how can I work with myself here and really find those positive moments, spending time with family and friends, making the most of that. Like all of those little moments truly, truly light me up. And if I were to list all of them, we would be here for days for sure. But I mean, it's just being around people that really want to grow and explore and be finding the moments for them too.
Yeah. I mean, it's really powerful that you can find it in the simple pleasures, the simple beauty that already exists in life.
Absolutely. And it wasn't always like that, though. I mean, that was definitely a work in progress from what I've been through. And then just taking what I've been through and how can I share that with the world to light other people up? Like that is what lights me up. Finding ways and getting those messages like that really helped me today. And thank you. Like that was perfect timing. And I'm like, that gives me goosebumps as I have, like that lights me up.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
This is
so
amazing.
Who is Curtis? Sorry, clarification. Is this your dog?
Curtis is my fiance.
Oh, your fiance. I was like, you're on a walk with
or my dog.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I was very unclear.
I was like, Curtis, is this a dog? Are we on a walk? We're on a walk.
That's my bad.
I love this.
This is my
No,
fiance.
no, not at all. It's great. just for clarification, Curtis is the fiance. They were on a walk. Lovely.
Also not a dog.
Also not a dog. Do you have a dog?
I have a beautiful little cat that you will literally see in all of my videos and all of my lives. Sometimes you'll even hear her meow. It's her nap time. That's probably why I chose this time. So you wouldn't hear little meows in the background, which you will in most of my things.
Amazing. Oh my gosh, man alive. Well, now that we've clarified all of that, Amanda, you were saying it wasn't always like this for you. So I'm curious, what inspired you to start living a life that is lit up? And maybe also what inspires you every single day to continue doing that?
So let's start with the first one. And I feel that when you don't have the tools that you need in life, things happen. Life takes a turn for the worst. And when you don't know how to deal with that, I was laying on my deathbed. I had a choice to make. I had to choose, and I put myself there because I didn't have the tools. And I think that's why helping someone find what lights them up and like really hits home for me, because I think if I had that back then, I don't know if my life would have been so hard. So when you're laying on your deathbed, because the addiction kind of ran my life, and thankfully Curtis swooped in at the time he didn't force anything or push it, but really like, hey, honey, you have like a week left to live. What do you want to do? You want to go say bye to your parents or you want to get help? And I'm like, done, sold, hospital that night. And have literally been working my way through my problems. And it's like, what can I take from my life to help someone else that may be going through the same thing? Because I didn't have the proper tools in my toolbox. So it's really trying to take those moments that it was so hard that I didn't feel it was worth it. And what messages can I give people that may spark some sunshine in their life, that may spark hope in their life? And that is really where my journey started. Because with being in the hospital and trying to clean that addiction up, I had to learn how to walk, talk, think all over again. So that wasn't an easy process. So when you go through something like that, it really makes you, it really makes you think about, why am I here? There's a reason I lived through that. And there's a reason I still had that hope. Like, I've always had hope, even in my darkest days. I knew there was something more. And it's okay. You've been through that. You have a story. How do you share that and help people in the process?
Yeah. Holy moly. Thank you for sharing so openly about that. And also, like, I'm just so grateful that you chose what you chose.
And a lot of people don't get that choice. A lot of people don't, because they don't see another way. And I was lucky enough to have that hope still, and that fire inside of me that knew there was something more. And then I started finding the people that would help and lift me up, even when I couldn't do it myself.
Yeah.
And then, I would have never shared that years ago because I was ashamed. But now I've worked through all that. I've did the inner work, and there's no shame. It's, let me share because someone out there needs this message right now. Wow. That brought up some.
I've got goosebumps
Right?
all over here. It's so true. The power of testimony, the power of I've been through this, and now that I've worked through my shame, I see where I have overcome. I've seen how I have grown. I've seen, purpose and meaning and truth and light, and I can't keep it to, and there comes to a point where you're like, I can't keep it to myself. It's meant to be shared. It's meant to be given. It's meant to be experienced by others. And Amanda, like Michaela said, I'm so glad as well that you're here and we just met. Man, for you to have made that choice and to be able to be here today, to share that with us, to share that with everyone who's listening, like that's incredible.
Yes. And I want people to know that, like, you may, crazy. You may think life is really bad right now, but it gets better. Just find the right people and the right message and someone that has already been through what you're going through, and latch on, see what you can get out of them. Find the sunshine and rainbows and magic in your life, because it's there. It's there and available 24/7. It is. Find it. And if you need help,
you
need help, call Amanda.
Right?
Exactly.
She'll tell you where to look. She'll say it's on the walk. It's on a walk. It's on the path.
Right. Just look at the ants.
Look at the ants. Look at what they do.
Yeah. Well,
they're so little.
And they carry so
bigger.
much.
And they carry so much.
They carry how much? Their body weight? That's crazy.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I think you speak so beautifully to the power of community. That, like, when you were struggling so much, you borrowed other people's hope and belief and inspiration. You were inspired by others, and now you get to inspire others. And sure, yeah, there are not so great days every day, but
Absolutely.
You find those moments of little inspiration and you spread that. I think it's so incredible to see the way that you have greatly benefited from other people and the inspiration they've given to you. And you're not just like harnessing it for yourself. You are already out there like, whoa, I was just inspired. Let me inspire others. And it's such a beautiful flow.
Absolutely. And that is how you have to look at life. Even the lessons like that are for me. Someone else needs that lesson. And I rather give it to you before you experience that lesson. But sometimes you have to go through it. And it's okay too. You know, what you go through, you grow through. And I firmly believe that. And I'm not oh, this is just me. No, we are here to help and serve others at our highest capacity. And I firmly believe that's what life is all about.
Mm.
Yeah. And, within that community, you've got people that are like, on fire, charging ahead. And then you've got other people who are like, just in the thick of it. And we're meant for each other, because that person that was in the thick of it at some point might be like charging ahead full throttle. And then that person that was full throttle, full steam ahead is now in the thick of it. And then we're there to, counterbalance and help each other along the journey. Man, so good.
It is. Oh my gosh.
I love these conversations.
Me too. It lights me up.
So you've already spoken a little bit, Amanda, about like a bit about the more challenging sides of your story and coming to the point where you were like, all right, this has to change, and I'm making these changes, and I have somebody alongside of me, or I have others alongside of me that are going to walk with me through this. Can you tell us about some of the challenges that you've faced when trying to continue pursuing a life fully alive?
Yes. The biggest challenge for me that I have is fitting myself in a box. What's your niche? You need to narrow it down. You can't do all this. And it's like, I struggle with that still to this day. And that's never going to change, because I'm more than one thing. I am more than energy work. I am more than, a healer. I am more than a yoga instructor. I want to do and have it all. And let me tell you, I will find something along that line, because people keep telling me you can't do everything. And then last year, it's like I had a job where I could teach yoga, teach cheerleading, teach crafting, teach Tai Chi. And I'm like, but I can't do it all. But what if I could? Like that possibility is still there in my head. Like, what if I could do all of this? Because I know I can, and I will. But again, it also comes with doubt. Like, am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path? Should I condense myself to that one thing to start? Like, all of this is an everyday thought, feeling, emotion. And at that point, it's, you keep doing the darn thing. You keep showing up, and it will get clearer and clearer. But don't lose the excitement and the sparkle in you because you're trying to do this. You can try to do both. And again, what feeling can I reach for? What is the best feeling I can reach for in this moment? Because we're all different every single second of the day. So it's like, okay, when I feel I'm going down the struggle bus path, it's what's the best feeling I can grab right now? Let's hang on to that. Let's savor that for a minute. And then start working with a curious mind to work through all of this. And again, it's it could be also chasing everything that comes in front of my face. Like, I am good at that because I find excitement in everything, you guys. It's crazy. So it's like, oh, that's exciting. Oh, I feel like that Family Guy. I don't know if you've ever seen that. Oh, piece of candy. Oh, piece of candy, where he's picking up and going down the trail. That's kind of how I feel. Like, oh, shiny object. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, I want more of that. Like, that's me. But I really do like find the excitement, experience that, savor that, and then share it.
Yeah. Share the candy.
Yeah.
Share the candy. Share the candy. And it's like, if I know I'm going to do something like that, or, keep grabbing, you might as well make it a strength.
Yeah.
All these problems, I'm like, how can I make this a part of me? And not necessarily a challenge, but how do I incorporate this challenge in my life? So it's okay, if I know I love all the things, well, maybe everyone, or maybe some people love all the things too. I can't be the only one. So let me just share and see where that takes me.
Yeah.
Man, Amanda, that speaks like almost directly to like a process that I went through post university, where I was looking at all my friends around me getting all these opportunities in these specific areas, of our studies. And I was like, man, so-and-so is doing this and so-and-so is really great at that. And they're pursuing that. And I was like, I kind of dabble in everything and I kind of love everything. I'm not just really amazing at one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So just like, it almost felt like defeating. I was like, oh no, like I haven't found the one thing that I'm supposed to be good at. And I was having a conversation, I remember, with a friend about it. And I was like, Sarah, like, I don't know. And I feel discouraged. And she's like, Gabe, she's like, here's the thing. Those people are great at what they do. Yes, you dabble in a lot of things. You're good in a lot of things. You give your all to a lot of things. She's like, but if there's one thing I know that you do really just the best overall, it's loving people. And I was like, oh. She's like, I was like, so I guess whatever I do in life, whether I'm, rock climbing or whether I'm life coaching or whether I'm, making coffee with my neighbors next door, like the underlying thing is like, I want to be the best at loving people no matter what I'm doing, because I love a lot of things. And yeah, a lot of things make me come alive, like you, Amanda. Like I hear that.
That hits my soul. Oh, you have no idea. And it's so funny that you mentioned that, because I think it was a week ago, Curtis and his sister and I were kind of having a conversation, and it came up and Curtis is like, Amanda, you are really good at just loving everyone with no judgment. Like, and he said that to me, and Curtis isn't one that shares that openly. And I'm like, did you just say that? And he's like, but you're good at that. And I see that no matter what kind of day you're having, who's around, like you care for people at a level that I've never seen before, with no judgment. I don't judge because I've been on that end and it doesn't feel good. And who am I to judge anybody else for the life or the decision they chose to live? Everyone has their own shit. Sorry.
You're okay. You're good. You're good.
Everyone has their own stuff. No one's perfect. And, perfect just doesn't exist. We all have our quirks. We all have our own thing. And, if that makes you happy and lights you up, who am I to judge you? Go you. As long as it's, pushing you forward.
Yeah. I think that's movement. Really, yeah, totally.
But if you show up and just love, like that is who you are. You're a lover. And no matter what you do, that is going to carry over. And I feel that that's all that matters. It's the passion you show up with to influence, motivate, inspire, and encourage others.
Yeah, I feel like you're doing so much of that. And that's the thing too. Like you can't fit that into some sort of like measurement. There is no measurement for those things. Like there's just abundance of it. There's just the overflow of it. And you can't really, I mean, photographers throw up their artwork, they show it off. There's a quantity, or, like it's measurable. Loving, encouraging, showing up, doing your part. It's not measurable.
And that's okay. That really is okay.
Yeah. I mean, so I totally hear what you're saying, Gabe, and agree on some level. But then there's part of me that's like, but you can measure it because you can feel it. It's an energetic exchange.
It's a different kind of measurement.
Yeah, it totally is. But to me, that's the kind of measurement that I want to see in this world. Like dollars, sure. Yeah. We all have to live. We have to make money, but I want to leave knowing that I created some inspiring, lasting impact, and that can only come from things like this, from loving well, from showing up well, doing what you're supposed to do, whatever it is, like everything that you just listed. And it's so hard sometimes to be in this world and operate in this world in that, like, you have to have a tangible result kind of way. But I think it's really beautiful when people do know that, like, you both love so well. And that is like your biggest driving force. That is your great motivation for doing everything that you do, even if it's like a hodgepodge of all the different things. At the end of the day, you know that you are pouring out so much love and inspiration for other people, and they receive that. And is there any amount of money that you could really give somebody that would be worth, the love from Gabe or Amanda? I don't think so. Not that I'm biased at all, but you know what I mean? Like, it goes so much further. Amanda, think about the things that people have said to you over your journey and in the challenging times. Like, that carried you so much further than probably like a $10,000 check could have done.
Absolutely. And it warms my heart. It fulfills my soul, is what I say. Those, I mean, even I don't need the, oh my God, thank yous. I don't need that really inspired me. I know that I helped one person today. Yeah. And every time I leave my house, I make it a point to smile at people, even if they don't smile back, because in some way I know I'm making a difference, even though it's not told to me.
Yeah.
It's just knowing in my heart that I am making a difference, regardless if I get that feedback or that acknowledgement or this. Just going out there, being a good person, showing love for every single person out there, and living that way daily.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Well, you already live a very amazing life and everything. I would love to know, well, our whole audience would love to know desperately, what little piece of golden wisdom, what nugget can you give to anybody who really desires to actually live a life that is fully lit up? Like, this whole episode, I just feel like is dumped with lots and lots of nuggets. But if there's like one piece of encouragement that you could give to the people listening today and to us right now, what would it be?
Oh, there's so many. I'm going to tie them all together though. And I'm going to say, do you. Do you unapologetically. Do you find out what makes you tick? Find what lights you up and do that. Do it more than the things you don't like. And we all fall into that trap. We do the things we don't like and then tamper off with the things that we love. But those are the things that make a difference in our life. Find out what lights you up and do that. And don't care about what others say. Do it. Nike had it right. Just do it.
Let's do it.
And again, one thing, don't put your self-worth in other people's hands. Know you are good enough. Work on your thoughts. If you don't think you're good enough, clean your thoughts up and do you. That is me to a T. Clean your thoughts up, make sure they're right. Know you're good enough, know you are worth it, and do the things that light you up without caring what others think. That would be my little nugget with kind of everything connected in there.
Oh my gosh.
Wonderful.
Golden nugget mic drop right there.
And if you can't see, if you're on your struggle bus, what's one thing you can do right now to show yourself you love yourself? High five yourself in the mirror every morning. Thank you, Mel Robbins, for that challenge.
That's great.
Because that is really where this started. High fives to myself, knowing I'm enough.
Holy moly.
Good.
So
Oh my
much
gosh.
good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing all of your wisdom on this call and for sharing your story too. I know I said it earlier, but my gosh, I just feel like this is going to sit with me for quite a while. Like, your story is such an inspiration. The way that you live your life now is a huge inspiration. Like I said before, anytime that I see you on video, I'm like, I have not yet gotten to meet Amanda in person, and yet I feel like I know her super well. And I'm just inspired every time that I see you, even if it's on a screen. Thank you for being you, for sharing you in this space today. It's amazing.
Yeah, Amanda, thank you so much for bringing all of who you are to us today. And yeah, just for being so vulnerable with all of us. It's such a gift to be able to do that. And again, like Michaela said, thank you for sharing your story. It's important.
Yes.
Thank you both for having me here. I love chatting about this, and sharing the story was never a strong suit of mine, and I never really did, but now I understand the power a story has, because that's going to help someone else. And now that you worked out, the shame and all of that, like, it's okay. It's going to help someone else. And I know that.
Yes, it absolutely will. Well, thank you again. And to all of our listeners, if you guys want to give Amanda a follow or reach out to her at some point, somehow, you can message us on Instagram at ThriveFullyAlive, or send us an email, thrivefullyalive@gmail.com. And we would be happy to pass along her info that way. We will be tagging her in the social media post that goes along with this episode, so you can give her a follow directly then too. But we're so grateful to Amanda, and to all of our listeners. If you guys have any questions, feel free to follow up with us, and we will see you all next week.
And
see you all next week.
Bye.
And I was going to say, I love the work that you two are doing. I appreciate you guys for putting this out in the world that needs it right now. People need the two of you, and this is exactly what the world needs. So thank the both of you for doing this podcast on what lights people up, because you are really making people think about, damn, what lights me up? Let's do more of that. So you are world changers. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I cried.
And on that note, I'm gonna go cry in a corner. Happy tears.
Happy tears. Thanks for tuning in to So What Makes You Come Alive. We're so inspired by the conversations we get to have with everyday humans about what lights them up and how to love the story they're living. We hope that you feel just as inspired too.
Interested in getting in on the inspiration? Click the link in our Instagram bio @ThriveFullyAlive and select the option for The One About You, Be Our Guest. Remember to tune in each week for a new episode where we explore what it looks like to get back to living our best story, where we hope that your favorite story becomes your own.